victory for Nigerians teaming SARS must end protesters as the federal government bowed to their 5-point demand on Tuesday, October 13, 2020. The 5-point demand of the protesters were approved at a meeting convened by the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, and the National Human Rights Commission with stakeholders. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, said. It was a multi-stakeholders meeting attended by leaders and representatives of civil society organizations in Nigeria, activists from the entertainment industry, and the End SARS movement and development partners. The Ministry of Police Affairs and Police Service Commission were also present at the meeting that affirmed that the 5-point demands of the protesters and the End SARS movement are genuine concerns and will be addressed by the government. The communique of stakeholders meeting on the implementation of the recommendations of the Presidential Panel on the Reform of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS said, following the public protests regarding various forms of human rights violations by the Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS and the consequent disbandment of the unit by the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, there arose the need for stakeholder engagement to build trust and restore public confidence in law enforcement. The agitations also brought to the fore the need to implement the recommendations of the Presidential Panel on the Reform of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS. The forum was addressed by the Inspector General of Police and the Executive Secretary of the National Human Rights Commission. The forum collectively welcomed the dissolution of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS by the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, reaffirmed the constitutional rights of Nigerians to peaceful assembly and protest, further affirmed the sanctity of life of every Nigerian and the role of the police in protecting this right, affirms that the 5-point demands of the protesters and the End SARS movement are genuine concerns and will be addressed by the government. According to the communique signed by the Inspector General of Police and Executive Secretary of the National Human Rights Commission, Tony Ojukwu Esquire, the forum noted that the dissolution of SARS presents an opportunity to embark on comprehensive reforms aimed at repositioning the Nigerian police force as a modern, responsive, and citizen-centered law enforcement organization. The forum further notes that the proposed reforms should be anchored under the basis of the White Paper on the report of the Presidential Panel on the Reform of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, which was jointly authored by the National Human Rights Commission, the Federal Ministry of Justice, and the Nigerian Police Force. The forum affirms that reform proposals for the Nigerian Police Force will be based on the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and existing legislations, such as the Nigeria Police Act 2020, the Nigeria Police Trust Fund Act 2019, the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015, the Anti-Torture Act 2017, and the National Human Rights Commission Act 2010, amongst others. Following the dissolution of SARS, the forum calls for the following immediate steps to be taken in restoring public confidence and trust in the police. An order by the Inspector General of Police to all state commands to halt the use of force against protesters, unconditional release of arrested protesters and citizens, open communication and outreach to citizens to establish trust and confidence, and a roadmap for the implementation of the White Paper of the Presidential Panel on the Reform of the SARS. The forum welcomed the proposal to set up an independent investigation panel to look into the violations of human rights by the defunct SARS and other segments of the Nigerian police. The forum agrees to the setting up of this independent panel by the National Human Rights Commission within the next 1 week. An open call for memoranda from members of the public whose rights have been violated by the defunct SARS and other segments of the police will be released by the Commission within 1 week. The forum recommends the psychological evaluation training and retraining of disbanded SARS officials prior to redeployment. The forum resolves to set up the following technical subcommittees to design an implementation roadmap and work plan for the implementation of the white paper. Training, capacity and reorientation, logistics, infrastructure, communications and technology, arrests, detention and investigations, regulations, oversight and accountability, and financing and partnerships. The communique stated that subcommittees will be supported by the National Human Rights Commission and other civil society organizations. Those who attended the meeting are Dr. Cole Shetima, MacArthur Foundation, Innocent Chukwuma, Ford Foundation, Jude Ilo of Osiwa, Shegun Awosonya, Segalinks, EndSARS Movement, Yemi Adamolekun, Enough is Enough, Clement Nwankwo, Plaque, Rafsanjani, Sislak, Kemi Okoyendo, P1, YZ, Sitad, Folarin Falano, Falz, Professor Deji Adekunle, Niels, Chris Ngodo, Senior Special Assistant to President Research and Policy, Dr. Fatima Waziri, Rule of Law Advisor, OVP, and Abdulrahman Yakubu, NHRC Secretariat. Others are Hilary Obona, NHRC Secretariat, Halilu Adamu, NHRC Secretariat, Ben Agu, NHRC Secretariat, Dr. Uju Agomo, Prawa, and Onyinye Ndubisi, UNDP. From Lagos, this is Tina Timothy, News Express Nigeria Television.